As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Good day, good day, good day. Good, sort of on the cusp of being a great day. Got a little bit of a lift in, solid 6 miles, felt fantastic. Ate right yesterday, everything ran nice and smoothly. You know, we cannot take for granted when you just have a good day, when you're just having good practices over good practices over good practices over good practices. It's the way we live our life over here in the Move Swiftly world. We continue to treat life as if it is we're on the way to a championship football season. We're on the way to that undefeated championship season. Been a part of a few of those myself. So anyway, as far as today, I'm saying all that because it's not only it's what we do every day over here, but it does directly integrate with today's Move Swiftly thought, because I'm recording this Thursday, February 27th. Believe it is Thursday, February 27th, 2025. It is officially the first day of the NFL Combine, also known as the Underwear Olympics, where you get a bunch of football players who people pay way too much attention to, in my honest opinion, which I'm going to get into in a second here. But you basically have a huge job interview with a lot of well-known college football players who have been invited to something called an NFL Combine, and they perform, they run the 40, do the bench, they do all sorts of measurable tests in front of all the NFL GMs and NFL scouts. And in my personal opinion, I do believe if this actually officially starts the football season. Again, just 2 weeks ago, we watched the Super Bowl. Here we are 2 weeks later at an NFL Combine. This officially starts the football season because the media continues to keep the season going by, broadcasting this, documenting this, and talking about this at the length that they talk about it, to the point where I personally have lost, I can't take it in terms of what they do to the game, because they turn it into a damn beauty pageant. They turn it into a popularity contest, when the reality is, if you want to be a great football player at this time, you should be spending your time, focusing on. And we're not even talking about the other, we're talking about just the younger guys in this particular situation. If you want to be a great football player, you should be spending your time at this point playing other sports, getting yourself better, not figuring out how you can test well at some 40 or how you can test well on a bench press or anything like that. So the point of me breaking all this down, again, I could get really, really long-winded on this, is one of the reasons actually why I started a brand new channel on YouTube, which is called Film Session Saturday, which I break down the the actual game and the plays and what happened in the games and all that kind of stuff. And the reason it's such a joke, the NFL Combine is such a joke, is because, as we have seen, all right, both in the college and in the pro game this year and last year and the year before, and we're going to continue to see it over and over because the game is always right. We're going to see that the football games are won and lost up front. They're won and lost based on who has the better offensive and defensive line that day, who can control the line of scrimmage that day. That's who's going to win the game that day. Again, don't get me wrong, skill players like the Travis Hunters of the world, absolutely fantastic freak athletes, and I get they get a lot of media attention, whether it's him, whether it's Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. You can name bunch of skill guys that have a ton of ability, ton of talent, and I'm not discounting that. But when you watch the game is won based on who can control the line of scrimmage and who has the quarterback that is not going to lose the game, meaning they're not going to turn the ball over, meaning they're not going to do a lot of unnecessary things. They're just going to control the game and win the game up front first, control the rushing attack, and then let your playmakers be your playmakers after you have established control of the game, which is why I'm bringing this all up for a reason now, guys. All right, pay attention now. This is why the Combine is such a joke, because when it comes to the most important positions on the field, at no point do they ever run 40 yards. Think about it. All right, the most important positions on the field are the offensive and defensive line and the quarterbacks. And at what point in a football game do either one of those three positions run 40 yards? Yet the media makes the media and people make they place so much importance on somebody's 40 time, and they make such a big deal of what somebody's running in the 40 and what somebody's measurable tests are and all this other stuff, which again, I get, you got to keep your fans engaged. You got to keep people tuned into something because we love our football. But at the end of the day, it really does not mean a whole lot. And I'll close you out just by, I'll send you to a recommendation. I recommend you go check out a guy named Kurt Hester. Kurt Hester, I met him about 6 years ago now. Before, I remember it was before COVID. It was I went to Orlando for a USA football convention, and he was there, and he was talking. He had a segment there, a breakout session there, and he has a great thing on YouTube where he talks about, the real testing that should be done for NFL combines and how he simulates what's actually going on in the game and testing those measurables and getting a better scope on what you're going to be getting on the field, not just random tests that the NFL rolls out because they know people, fantasy football GMs out there are just going to gravitate towards it. All right. So I got to say about that. Enjoy it. I'm not going to tell you not to watch it, but enjoy it and all that kind of stuff. If you enjoy that, make sure you go check out Film Session Saturday to get the real breakdown, of what's going on, and then maybe see what the difference is with the 40 times and actually learn something about the game. All right. Main website, however, to check out, to dive deeper into everything I'm doing, it's makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.